Hey Minecrafters, this is Kimise and I'm back for another episode of KimiseCraft. So let's just rework. We've had a couple of busy days just like getting all sorts of stuff done. So let me tell you what's been going on. Obviously see something's in here because I am still in the slime chunk. The slime chunk itself is doing quite good. I mean, it's not producing off the charts. It's just one chunk, you know, and the slimes are coming there, here and there, you know, they're forming. So we just got to let everything work itself. And just to remind you where we're at, this is where we left off last episode. We got our slime chunk done and we're taking slimes in. Already got 42 slime blocks and got a whole bunch of stacks. The slime ball's working. So I think that's going to be fine. It's going to definitely supply me for what I need for slime. I mean, not really quickly, but it should do the trick because I'm getting ready to use it here in today's episode. Because today, what we need to accomplish, well, I got a lot of things I'd love to accomplish in today's episode, but what we're doing is we're going to build off of where we left off. Okay, so first off, I'm going to add a couple more farms to this chunk. So we have our slime farm at the bottom, and I'm in the process of adding farm number two. And I'm just going to do a classic old cactus farm. So what this farm is going to do is we're going to go ahead and set up cactuses, and the cactuses are going to flow down here into the collection system, which we're going to send that. And I'm not sure where I'm going to send that. I got a couple of ideas of what I want to do with that. So hopefully by the end of the episode we'll take care of that. And then higher up we're going to do several layers of sugarcane because I need paper. I need a lot of paper because my traders want a lot of paper, and I'm going to tell you some good news. I've been trading with these guys and I've got a lot of good trades. I was able to get a looting 3 villager up there. I've got a ooh, it's darkness. Okay. I was able to get a looting 3 villager. In fact, let's just take a look at everything. Okay, so in my villager trading hall, which is what I'm going to call it, / iron farm, I've got looting 3, I've got breaking 3, I've got a ton of great attack enchantments, whether it's for tridents or for the new crossbows, and plus I have a whole bunch of tool, weapon, and armor guys I've got to start trading with. And the first thing I really need to get in place is I need to get as much paper as I can, because that's right now the easy trades. I have so many librarians up there. Paper trade is one of the ones. Ooh, I need to harvest sugarcane again. Is one of the best ones, and the only way I've been getting sugarcane is this farm right here, and I harvest it every time I see it come full, but it doesn't keep me in enough paper, so I need something that's going to produce a ton more. And so that's going to be the next farm that we're going to build right above here. We're going to have a ton of layers of sugarcane all around here, so this thing can produce at a very high rate, and I need the slime box to be able to do that at the most potential. So that's what's going on here. It looks like I'm going to have to sleep. So today what we're going to do is we're going to continue on our one chunk of slime, and we're going to finish up with the cactus. Then we're going to have several layers of sugarcane so I can get paper, and then we're going to talk about plans of farms, because we got to come up with some self-making farms, because I need potatoes, I need beetroots, I need tons more of the wheat, and I also need to get myself carrots too. So I need all those things coming in, because I've got some farmers up there that are desperate to trade, and I'm desperate to get emeralds. So we've got a lot to do today, and that is the plan. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and get some work done, and I'll see you guys back once some progress has been made on this. Oh, by the way, you know, another thing that's really great about the librarians is they trade lanterns, and it's not really that expensive, so it's really nice. I haven't had to go crafting a whole bunch of lanterns. I just go ahead and trade a few here and there, and I start swapping them out, and it's already making this place look so much better. Okay, well anyways, this is Kimise. I'll see you guys. I'll give you an update here once I get some more stuff done. Bye-bye. Kimise, and I have made a lot of progress, but let me show you everything that's been going on so you guys understand how we're making this farm. Now you'll notice I have 3 layers of the farm, and I'm going to just walk you through a layer right here. We still have to make some improvements to it, but it's working out pretty good, obviously. Okay, so if we take a look at the farm, okay, what we're doing is we got our sugar cane all next to water, and for the water, what we're using is we are waterlogging stairs, okay? And the reason why that's such a good option is that when you face the stair into that and have one on the side, the water's not going to go anywhere, so it's not going to sink below or anything like that, but it is going to waterlog all these blocks. And you have to have a water block next to your sugarcane for it to work, right? So that's why we have that going on. Now, we got water streams at the bottom. The reason why we don't have it falling straight on the cactus is, one, well, we really don't want to lose any of our drops to cactus, because the cactus will totally kill any of our drops. Plus, you know, it works out pretty good. It looks nice. Okay, now you'll notice what I got going on here is there's a few ways you can build these farms. Like a really simple one you could do is make an observer base and put a whole bunch of observer blocks on the top, and basically as it goes higher, the observer block triggers it, then it goes out. The problem with that is if you want to save resources, like for instance, that's great if you're willing to make a whole bunch of pistons. Okay, so if you're going to do an observer-based one, you need a whole bunch of pistons, because what you don't want to do is you don't want the observer block to go forward with the brake and continue to trigger itself. Okay, so for instance, you'd want a whole bunch of pistons, a whole bunch of observer blocks, so as soon as like we did up there in the bamboo factory, as soon as it hits a third row, it breaks it. Now, the downside to that particular design, okay, downside to that particular design is you end up losing drops right here, because for some reason when the pistons push out, the top sugarcane doesn't always go out, it just goes straight down, and a lot of times you lose quite a bit of drops. So it's not as efficient of a farm as you might want. Okay, so we need to have a lot of sugarcane, so we want the most efficient farm. Now, this one's not perfect. I'm going to go over why here in a minute and what we're going to do to fix it, but this one's going to be a lot more efficient for a couple of reasons. One, well, it's going to be a little more resource friendly. So instead of using stacks of pistons, we're going to use stacks of slime blocks. And since we got that great slime farm downstairs, we do not have a problem getting slime blocks. So what we can do is we can go ahead and do that. Now, a piston can push up to 12 blocks, okay? And when you line up slime blocks, they'll all be pushed at the same time. So that's what we've done here, is across these lines right here, we've lined up slime blocks all the way across. Now, this is longer than 14, so that way we have 2 pistons here. I didn't do my counting right earlier over there, so that's why we have 2 pistons over there and 2 pistons there. You'll notice on the second level up there, I've got 1 piston. I just didn't want to rebuild this one down here. So very good. So basically those are going to be running like that. And what we got them going on is we take a signal, and that signal triggers it, pulls it back out, and it goes all the way around. Okay? Just goes all the way around here. We got plenty of torches to keep everything lit up. And when it hits a piston, we have a push forward and then a pull back for the piston. That way it grabs the slime blocks and pulls them back. Okay? So then we've got repeaters to extend the signal, so it goes all the way around without any trouble at all. So there we go. So that's step 1. Now, what we've done is we've done that around each one. We're going to go ahead and build one together just so you can walk through the process with me here. Now we're using, I got plenty of cobblestone downstairs, so we went ahead and made a whole bunch of furnaces, because furnaces are unmovable blocks. I mean, you can use all sorts of things like leaves or, yeah, Samuel, there's some chicken in a box somewhere. Okay. Yeah, sorry. Diamond Samuel's online. He's wanting some food. Apparently I'm like, you know, I'm the food pantry of the server. Okay, so there you go. You got that. Okay, so that's why we're using furnaces, because heck, it's cheap, you know, and it does the job. And plus, I don't have to go dig for leaves. Leaves aren't a bad option, and it might have been nice with all the green, but that's okay. I think the aesthetic's working out. Another option we could have done is like obsidian, but obsidian, boy, to me that's kind of an expensive block because it takes so long to mine. And so what we did on the second level, we did the same exact thing. Now, what I do is I got these on a timer, okay? So I'm using a basic standard Etho timer clock. The way that works is we have two hoppers facing in each other, and basically what they do is they send a block back and forth. Right now I'm using seeds because seeds are cheap, but I got plenty of them. Now I've got them sitting at about 20 at the moment. So 20 will go that way, 20 will go that way. I'm sorry, Diamond Samuel, that's where I had to put the iron farm. Okay, so if you'll notice, as soon as this empties up, that's going to trigger this right here, this comparator, which will send a signal here, which will send a signal here. And then that will go ahead and push the piston over. And we have the same exact thing over here. And so basically it just times. It just goes back and forth, back and forth. Now, how you use this? Well, you can take a signal right off of this side. And that's what I've done. I've taken the signal right off of this side. And what I've done is I've converted it into a single pulse. And you can do that using the locking ability that you can do with repeaters. And so basically two signals go out, and instead of just keeping it lit up the entire time, like notice it's lit up the entire time, it goes and sends it, then locks it really quick, and so you only get one pulse out, and that's like a single tick pulse, and that's exactly what we need to trigger it. And so basically I'm using it off of this way. Now here I put a block up above here which has a torch up, so I basically got torch tower going on, and so I take that signal for the next two levels. Okay, so you notice there's that torch tower again, so that torch tower will trigger this side and have this side go on. And then the torch tower goes up to right here, so now we can go ahead and set up another one. See, there's the top of the torch tower, so go ahead and trigger that, and we'll be able to go ahead and set this particular range up as well. So far so good, guys? I was thinking so. Okay, so basically what we're going to do now is we're going to go ahead and get this set up. So let's just go ahead and do some redstone. Can't remember the last time I've done some redstone with you. So if we remember the design, okay, let's go ahead and put that up here. There we go. If we remember the design, we got two repeaters into each one, so we'll do that. One repeater there, and let's go ahead and put another block here, and one repeater there. Okay, then what we'll do is we will go ahead and, you know what? Yeah, what we'll do here is then we'll go ahead and I'm probably going to have to work it from this side. So we want to go ahead and put that there, and we'll go ahead and put that there, because then that will come right up here. And then what we'll do from here on out is we will work it like that. So then we'll go ahead and put this at 3. 1, 2, oops, get rid of that torch there. 2, 3. Put torch in there. Good. And there we go. So basically when it's time for this one to trigger, we should get a signal from the torch tower right there, and that's going to trigger this right across. Should have triggered. I must have messed something up. Let me double check and make sure I've got that recite ready to go, and I'll be right back in just a moment. Okay guys, figure out what I forgot. On top of the storm tower, I forgot to put a block for the torch tower to light up, and now when it comes by you'll see that it lights it up and it goes ahead and sets it going, and we've already gotten proof of concept. So boom, yep, there it goes. Nice. Now we need to make a dashing run across so that it doesn't like knock us off in the pool, and let's go ahead and finish. So far so good, right guys? Okay, so basically we'll just then line this all the way down here to our next one. Now I'm going to go ahead and make sure I put let's go ahead and grab another repeater right here. Okay, and make sure we always put enough repeaters between everything. Okay, and it's just pretty simple, just like this. We'll just keep going around like this, and now I'm going to make sure I put, no, not there. Keep torches lit up in the area so that we keep spawns away from this place as well. Okay, so what I'm going to do, and that's basically what you do. You just go all the way around. Everything's ready to go. So the thing is moving. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and finish this process really quick. And then I will be back here in just a few minutes so that we can, whoa, what was I doing? Zoning out is what I was doing, guys. Okay, and then we'll see the final farm there, and then I'll talk about the improvements we're going to make so we can make sure it's totally lossless, because we don't want to lose any of the goodness, which is the farm, okay? So this is Kimise. I'll be back in a quick minute. There we go, guys. So check it out. So we've got a full 3 layers of the farm going. They just move every so often. Now you can change the timings on it as well, and I might end up doing that at some point just so that they maybe have some delay between where each one of them goes off, and that'll help with the lag. but they're very, very nice. Now, there's a couple things we can do to make this more efficient, and I'm thinking about doing it. If we go down the center on each one, we can add at least one more leg on each side for it to go. Now, we also want to put glass to that. I don't know if I have enough blocks because of how much room the design takes for us to build it up. So that may or may not be an option we do. But what we definitely will do is we're going to go ahead and circle each one with glass. Because if you'll notice, when the slime blocks hit it, it shoots it out. Now, the advantage of that is it's not going to get stuck right below on the dirt level, okay? But the disadvantage is sometimes it shoots it so far, it'll get caught on the dirt level across from it, okay? Or from the backside, even right here on these ledges I have here. Now, these ledges I can fix really quickly. I just have to fill them up. That's not a problem. But what I don't want to have to deal with is losing it on there. So what I'm going to do next is I'm going to take some glass and we're going to go around and we're going to go ahead and finish this farm out by giving it a barrier. And what's going to be good for that anyways is then we're going to be able to do some neat building designs around it, because I'm getting ready to show you how we're going to hook this all up to the main farm. So I'm pretty excited about all that. And yeah, look at that. See what I mean? It's all laying down in there. So I'm pretty excited about all that, so I can't wait to show you. So I'll be back here in just a few minutes while I go ahead and work on that, and then I'll show you what the plans are for the future. Okay, guys, so here I am. I am right here underneath where all the sugarcane and stuff comes down. In fact, let's just take a look. I'll show you where it is. Okay, I just wanted to show you where the next step was. So we got all these things working now. We went ahead and notice the glass shield up there. That makes sure all the sugar cane drops straight down. So we're in pretty good shape. And all the cactus. There goes some. So let's go down. Oh, I picked it up first. Okay, let's keep going and we'll get to see it come down. Okay, so there we go. The sugar cane and the cactus, it just comes down through like that. There we go, cactus coming down. Now it goes through these hoppers, and these hoppers go all the way over here, and what they do is they run into this dispenser. Now, every time this dispenser gets something, it sends out a signal. So what we're doing is we're taking that signal from the dispenser into this comparator, and what does it? Sends a signal, and because we have it wired back into the comparator, it becomes a little clock. So as long as there's signal going into it, it's going to keep sending out a clock, and basically it comes back. Then we take a line out of that and we come back to the dispenser, and it triggers the dispenser to kick. So you can see, like right here, it's just kicking right out one at a time. So we've got that system working there, okay, and that's hitting a water elevator using the bubbles from a piece of soul sand, because soul sand will cause the water to bubble up, and it's shooting them up ultra fast, okay? And so basically what we did that down on the slime farm as well. So let me show you what we did. So we went ahead and took that and we dug that all the way up because we want to get into our sorting system. Okay, so we come over here and it's a little dark, but that's okay. We can still see everything. So notice it's just shooting straight up here. What a great look. Watching all that stuff go up there like that. Nice. And so we get it going into a glass pipe. That's why I call these my glass pipes. And it goes straight across like that. And notice it's going into that wall. And if you remember, in that wall is my sorting system. So let's go take a quick look at this. Whoops. Let me get out of there. There we go. Nice. Okay. And I have it coming all in here. So it's dropping right into there. And if we walk over here to... Now, these three blank is where we put it. So let's take a look there. There we go. We got cactus. Notice we have the sugarcane coming in. Hot to draw. Plus we got 2 more chests worth of it, so it shouldn't run out. And then notice all the slime is coming. So we are in business now, guys. This is awesome. In fact, let's go ahead and grab some of those slime balls. And we'll go ahead and put that right there, and let's go ahead and put a slime ball on top of that. That way we know we have that marked out. Okay, so look it up. So we've got our 3 new farms all going. Okay, and whew, there we go. That's where slime goes, and I got to figure out how I'm going to put the other 2 up here. I'm not sure exactly how I want to do that. You know what? We might end up just putting a couple of Yeah, I'll get a couple of pieces of stones and we'll put a couple of item frames there, and there we go. So we've just added 3 of our farm things in here, and that's going to start cranking, and we're not going to run out of storage anytime soon when we're using it, and everything's pumping along. And with that, guys, I'm going to have to say that's the end of the episode for today. Whoops, there's a sign in my way. Okay. So let's go back up. And I want to say thanks, guys, for watching the episode, watching the show. All your support means quite a bit, and it's how we do this. It's what makes this worth it and what makes this all sorts of fun. So if you like the episode, hit that like button, please. Hit that subscribe button so you can catch more of my episodes, and hit that bell so you don't get to miss any of them. So this is Kimise, and I say catch you later, guys. Bye-bye.